What's up, guys? All right, for the game, Ricky Purcell will be out. Brock Purdy questionable. D. Winters questionable. Tatum Bethune questionable. Ben Barch questionable. Alfred Collins questionable. Kalia Davis questionable. Keon White questionable. Go ahead.
As far as Ricky goes, we see him sprinting on the side of the field and shooting jumpers in the locker room. Doesn't mean he can play football, but he looks healthy, and yet he can't practice. Can you sort of shed light on what we're not seeing?
Yeah, you can't play football. You can shoot hoops, as you said, which so can any of us in here. And he can run and hit certain speeds, but he hasn't been able to hit his normal speeds that would allow him to come back. So we don't let people come back until they can hit their normal speeds before they got hurt or makes them susceptible to injury again. So we're just waiting until he hits those markers.
You said Brock wasn't all that close to being active last week. But where is he this week in that, and will it be Mack again starting?
Yeah, it'll be Mack again starting. Haven't decided whether to make him active or not, but he's further along this week than last week.
What's the fine line between making him active enough to be a backup versus being able to start? What do you want to see as far as the difference of Brock being a backup versus Brock being able to start again?
Just talking to him, which I don't do really till Saturday. Just talked about how the whole week went and stuff, and where I did it last Saturday with him, and see where he is this Saturday compared to a week ago, and knowing each week's a little bit different, and seeing how much better he's gotten.
Bryce Huff's good to go.
Bryce, good to go.
Obviously, it's good, but how much is he needed on that pass rush right now with everybody down?
Yeah, huge need. Bryce has had a hell of a year. Probably had his best game, his last one versus Atlanta. We've only lost, and then we've lost a couple guys since then too. So getting him back was huge, regardless. But especially after losing some guys, that's that much more important.
Collins, White, and Davis, those all happened in practice.
Yes. Yeah.
Get through that practice then.
It was difficult. Yeah, losing them all right at the beginning of practice. Just made it tougher. We slowed some things down and just changed the reps up a little bit.
Coach, with how much success you had against the Rams last time, how much of that game plan do you think you're going to use, knowing that you guys always kind of change and
yeah, I mean, game plans always change, but as always with these guys and us, both sides, I think we're over surprising each other. I don't think we surprised them in anything last game, and vice versa. So it's just about running plays that kind of we're all expecting a little bit, and just seeing who plays better football when it's all said and done.
Having Keon White play inside a lot in his debut, what was your early takeaway from how he fits in that defense? Didn't have a lot in the box score, but some of the advanced stats favored him, win rate.
Yeah, I was excited that, just talent-wise, how we thought he would be. Did he have was his skill set going to be good on the edge and inside, which we really believed in. He looked that way in practice, and we thought it carried over to the game. Him playing, I don't remember the reps. I feel like it was close to 40. But being able to get that many reps in and not have too many mistakes with just his first week with us, was impressed with him, and hopefully that gets better from there.
Kyle, you said you've through the years become conditioned to dealing with lots of injuries. I mean, when three guys have to leave practice early, are you like, okay? You think
I mean, we're pretty hard into it. So I mean, I'm not happy at all with it. I mean, it was definitely unfortunate. Glad that all those guys still have a chance to play on Sunday. So hopefully these next 48 hours go well. But it's never a good feeling when three leave like that. And when you get off and they still have a chance. Makes you feel better, and hopefully we'll have some better luck on that by Sunday.
This question, what's the plan for Barch? Like, did he get through the week okay?
Yeah, he got through the week. Expect him to be activated and back up. So he should be in uniform Sunday.
Kyle, it was announced this week that your pops is one of, I think, 9 or 10 semifinals for the Hall of Fame. What would that mean to him? What would that mean to you if he ever got that nod?
I think it'd mean a lot. It's definitely someone who I definitely think deserves to be in there. I think that's not even in question. I know there's a lot of other guys who deserve that also. So I do believe it's a matter of time, hopefully sooner than later. But yeah, it would mean a lot.
Does he talk about it at all? Do you guys talk about that as an achievement, as a goal, or is that secondary to him?
I mean, I think our family talks about it a lot. He doesn't. He doesn't act like it's that big of a deal, but I think we all know that's wrong. We know it's a big deal, so obviously it is. But that's not something he dwells on too much, but he has all of us to do that for him.
Between the three guys that were added to the injury report after Thursday's practice, Davis, White, and Collins, Alfred didn't look like he was good to go today. Is he further back in terms of what he had to go through yesterday?
He's further back in that I think everyone else was limited today, and he didn't practice. So a little farther back in that way.
At the end of this game, McVay said he blamed himself for running Kyron at the teeth of your guys' run defense and blamed himself, said I'm the reason we lost. Have you ever walked off the field as a coordinator, as a coach, where you're like, I blew this? And what is that feeling like? Winning is obviously great, but losing is the other side of it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you feel that way to a degree on every play. I mean, on every loss. When the last play of the game is something, I think it gets stronger. I didn't think Sean did anything wrong in that play. I just thought it was a good stop. I think there was 5 short yardages in that play and in that game. They did real well in the other ones. But, that's the hard thing about a play caller, and it's a hard thing for all the players. I mean, a player can play an unbelievable all game, and you have a drop on the last play or a pick or a bad penalty, and that's all you're going to remember. And it's exactly how it is for a play caller. And I believe that's exactly how position coaches feel when their player does something too. I mean, it's, it always, more people are going to notice when it's the player or when it's the play caller, but I think everyone in that building feels that way to a degree, or usually there's something wrong with you. All right, thanks, guys.
That's 49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan. His final preparations as the 49ers getting ready to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Showdown for first place in the NFC. That will be tomorrow afternoon. That will be a 1:25 kickoff. The game will be seen on Fox Sports. It will be Kevn, Burkhardt, and Tom Brady with the play-by-play in action live from the Mecca in Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Niners are just a half game out. The Seahawks will be taking on the Arizona Cardinals up at the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. As the Niners, or I should say the Seahawks right now the Seahawks, are trailing, are both, and the Rams are both dead even for first place. Reminder, next Sunday, 1 week from tomorrow, the Niners will travel down to the desert to take on the Arizona Cardinals. And then the Seahawks will play the Rams head-to-head for first place in the NFC West. So we are going to continue on Niners Radio 49. Our next segment will be Mac Jones. Mac Jones, the quarterback. He's going to this is our next segment, Mac Jones, the quarterback. And this segment begins right now.
All right. How y'all doing? Good.
I've been around Christian for a little while now. What is it about his receiving skills? How is he so talented? How good is he at that? What makes him so good?
I think he's been like that his whole life, honestly. He's just super talented, and I've obviously seen it from afar, but to be on the practice field with him and OTAs and training camp, I really got to experience it, and he's just explosive, and he trains all those movements is what I've noticed. He puts a lot of practice into it. So he obviously gets open and catches the ball, which are the two vital parts of being a good receiver.
How much of an added element is that for an offense, for you especially as a quarterback, when it's like,
Yeah.
worst case scenario, I know I've got Christian?
For sure, yeah. I think that's a big part in NFL football, especially nowadays. They're trying to eliminate explosive plays. So just having a guy like that where you can pop him the ball and he's going to get some yards for you is definitely important. And that's everybody. That's all the backs. B-Rob does a great job of that. He's done that since college, and then obviously the young guys too. So we got a good group of backs, and really love playing with them.
Is there more of an emphasis in the NFL now? I mean, speaking generally, do you think this year, especially on top down, not going to let him beat us with big plays more so than you've seen before?
Yeah, I'd say a little bit of that, and it changes every year. I mean, a lot of teams are different, but you can either blitz a lot and give up those plays, but expect to get to the quarterback, or you can play soft defense and really that bend don't break mentality. So I've seen both, and it's definitely a trend thing. So it kind of just goes back and forth.
Almost to a man, your teammates talk about whether it's a bloody nose or you throwing up on the sidelines and eating bananas or whatever. They almost to a man talk about how tough you are and what a good teammate you are. What does that mean to you to have the respect of all those guys?
Yeah, it means a lot. I mean, that's a big reason why I play, to be honest, is to get the respect of people that I trust and people that I would take an opinion from. So I try to show that every day. I got to continue to do that. It's not a one-game thing, so I want to show it for the whole season, and that's my goal.
Speaking of toughness, Mac, I mean, it was a play out there where Christian was running the ball and you just went in and pushed him through to make sure you got that first down. Like, what kind of in your mind were the progressions? Was it just we need this first down, let me do him, or?
Yeah, Kyle always yells at me on the headset whenever I do that, but it's just kind of how my competitiveness is. Like, if it's close, I've seen it so many times where there's like a pile of people and then it kind of goes the other way and then the refs like spot it like 5 yards back. And I did one my rookie year where I pushed the pile in, and that's where I got it from. We scored on it, and I was like, all right, well, I might as well help. I mean, it's another 225 pounds, sometimes more, depending on my diet. But if I can get that momentum behind it, and the offensive line's doing it, so I'm like, well, might as well jump in there and try. So I definitely have to be safe about it, but it's just competitiveness.
Can you repeat what Kyle says exactly?
I wish. It's a lot of gibberish. I can't really hear it all, so.
When did he come on after the previous play? When does the radio allow him to start talking to you?
Pretty soon after like they spot the ball or whatever, and I don't know, like he does a good job communicating, and obviously you get up into 15 seconds, so that's always part of it, and there's emotions in the game, and you're getting the play call, but then you're also getting information if he has something for you, so that's always helpful.
Is it all code? Like it would sound like to us like an air traffic controller. I suppose there's never any nice play or anything like that because it's not time, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's very like business casual, but like it's very like, all right, that was good, next play, so, or that was really bad, next play. So I always talk about that, and Kyle does a great job just keeping me on track, and really as a quarterback, you just have to play each play as a life of its own, and go one play at a time. So that's what I try to do, and just hear the call, paint the picture of the call in my helmet, and then make sure everybody's lined up and let it rip.
Some of your offensive linemen have talked about how when you happen to get on the field when you're down and you maybe look injured, that they were scared at first, but now you just seem to pop up. Is this kind of dramatic purposes?
Nice. Okay. Yeah, dramatic. I like it. Yeah, I haven't really done that much in the past, to be honest, but this year just dealing with some stuff, so just trying to get up quick is always my goal, but they're really tough guys, so I think they don't stay down long, so maybe I should be more like them.
Sometimes a rookie, especially a rookie receiver, will be injured for a while and then be behind the 8 ball and not be able to kind of get going.
Yeah.
Jordan Watkins has made catches in the last 2 games. Where is he and where are you two as far as chemistry and connection and all that stuff?
Yeah, he's been awesome. He's a really fast guy, definitely has vertical speed and really good in and out of breaks. So I trust him a lot. I think he's just, like you said, it's not his fault that certain things happened, and I know he has a positive attitude and comes to work every day, and he's in shape and runs and get open, catch the ball, kind of like we talked about with Christian. So that's what you want, and a lot of our guys are doing that, and the challenge is just doing it every day consistently. So been really happy that he's getting in there and just getting his feet wet, and I know he's really just trying to get better each day.
Along the lines of the offensive lineman, what they say about you, Trent Williams says you don't act like a quarterback. What does that mean exactly?
I don't know. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
In terms of toughness.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, Trent's one of the toughest to play. I mean, he doesn't miss a lot of games and he's played forever, and he's going to be a Hall of Famer. So just being in the huddle with him has been awesome. And like I said, I just want those guys to have a respect for me, and I have respect for them, and we're going to go out there and go to battle.
How challenging is it for you to go from Jake Brendel to Matt Hennessy and potentially back to Jake this week?
Yeah, definitely it can be a challenge, just you're rotating different guys, but I feel like both of them just do a great job playing their role and very consistent snapping the football. So I trust both of them, gotten reps with both of them, obviously Jake during the season, and then, we're working through with Matt. He got a few, starts here, which is awesome for him, and played really well. So really just like both of those guys, and they do a great job setting all the protections and everything too.
Do you feel like you're a better quarterback today because of the maybe struggles you had when you were younger in your career?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's a great question. I think just anybody that goes through an NFL season, you learn so much each year, and I try to just take the information that I've gathered from each season and work on it in the off season and apply it the next year during the year. So I think that's every good player, anybody in their profession. They're going to look at themselves and see what they can do better. So I've tried to do that, and my goal is to, like I always talk about, be consistent every day and don't be complacent with good results or bad results. Just stick to your process. And I've gone through a lot, and a lot of people have gone through a lot. So it's all about moving forward, and really excited for this game coming up.
Unserious follow-up to that question. Has Return of the Mac become a part of your playlist?
Yeah, I hear that one sometimes, and it is a good vibe, but I don't know if it's on my playlist. It might not be hype enough for me. It's a mixed bag, to be honest. I have rap, country, a lot of different stuff, techno, so I do it all.
Kyle and John and Lynch have talked about the Rams' defensive front as maybe being the best in the league or close to it. You've seen them once. What was your impression the first time, and how good are they?
Yeah, I think that's a very valid statement. They're definitely top defense overall in the league. They play together well, really well coached, and they played well against us, and they're going to continue to grow, and they've done a great job the past couple weeks. I'm just limiting all the teams they've played against. But yeah, it's going to be a huge challenge, and obviously when you're playing a team again, you've experienced it, but they're also so good that they're going to be consistent, and you just have to match the energy.
Have you been kind of an admirer of Stafford from afar, just watching how he plays?
Yeah, oh yeah, he's Hall of Fame quarterback, and his potential to win the MVP this year. So he's one of the best quarterbacks to ever do it, to throw. Just watching his tape growing up and all that stuff. So have all the respect in the world for him, and he just plays the quarterback position exactly how it's supposed to be played.
You started watching NFL quarterbacks tape when you were at Alabama?
Oh, well before that. Yeah, I started watching when I was probably like 9 or 10 years old. So
You got YouTube, I'm guessing, or?
Mostly like camps, and my quarterback coach, Joe Dickinson, he used to pull up clips he had the tape, so I would watch it with him at quarterback camps, and I was the youngest guy there, but he was coaching NFL and college guys, so that's when I started watching.
What was the first couple of quarterbacks you remember?
I don't know. I'd have to really think about that one. That's a great question. I know like Big Ben, we like to watch him just moving around in the pocket, and Tom Brady, all those guys. So had a lot of good quarterbacks growing up to watch.
You get to know Brady at all, just from crossover in New England and stuff, or just over the years where he's bounced around now as a broadcaster?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, Tom obviously played very well in this league, and is doing a great job in what he's doing now. So have a lot of respect for him.
Played with the running back was as much of a workhorse as Christian is, like just in terms of sheer volume, such as.
Probably not, honestly. I mean, for him being where he's at in his career, and just he never comes out of the game, and that's just not in his blood. So I really respect him, and it's because he takes care of his body, and he's always given 100% each day. So I got a lot of respect for Christian and what he does, and I think he's a great role model for every kid out there that wants to play NFL football at a high level. Cool. Thanks.
All right, that was Mac Jones yesterday at the press conference. That was yesterday. We were doing 49ers Live tonight with yours truly, a special edition. We normally would have had it yesterday and the day before, but unfortunately I had to do something, take care of a good friend of mine who's just recovering from back surgery. So, I had to do an errand for him. I really, apologize we weren't able to do coach's coordinator yesterday, but it's one of those things when someone is in trouble or really in the need, you got to kind of take that time out and, from a busy schedule, visit him from the hospital. And I think he's going to do very well in his recovery. We just, he's going through a rough stretch. He just, not only he just recently recovered from back surgery, he just lost his brother back last June, several months back. So I had to go take care. Wanted to catch up with him, and just and the podcasting and Niners radio stuff kind of a little bit secondary. But we apologize for the inconvenience, but we were able to get that done. So we are right now at coming up. We're going to have you a special treat. We're going to play some audio clips from the best of the 49ers-Rams rivalry. You think of the great names who broadcasters for this rivalry. It's not just, you think of the names of Greg Papa, who's still recovering from his cancer treatment. Hopefully he'll be back sometime next, somewhere down the road before the season's over. He probably may not be this year. We also have to look at, also think of Greg Papa, think of the great Lon Simmons, who did play-by-play for the 49ers for numerous years when they were on KSFO, 560 KSFO FM. You think of the Don Klein, the late Don Klein, who was the voice of the 49ers. He was the play-by-play. Play-by-play for the 49ers during their early years of their Super Bowl. He ended up passing away back a little more than 6 years ago. So Don Klein, the man who was behind the mic for the 49ers' first 2 of the 4 Super Bowls they had in the 80s. He made the most important call in the franchise history when he made called the catch against Dallas in the NFC Championship game. And then we're going to hear a little bit of the highlights from Don Klein. A little bit. Just hope you enjoy this. This is something, Don Klein's highlights from that year back in 1981, the Super Bowl season, when the Niners won their first Super Bowl in the franchise history. So we're going to treat you a little bit of the highlights. This was Don Klein, who did Niners play-by-play back in 1981 from a record I've got somewhere in my basement. You're going to enjoy it. You're watching 49ers Live, Niners Radio 49.
Yards and a touchdown, and the return of a popped-up fumble for a club record 80 yards and another score. When the 49ers returned home to face Dallas in the 6th week of the season, Hicks and his fellow defenders learned they had a new teammate in pass-rushing specialist, Mean Fred Dean.
and Dean corralled the Cowboys throughout the day, sacking quarterback Danny White 3 times and helping to limit Tony Dorsett to only 21 yards rushing. In scoring the most points since coming to Candlestick Park in 1971, the 49ers handed Dallas its worst defeat since 1970, a 45-14 trouncing that started with a scoring drive the first time the Niners had the ball. They're at the 2-foot line, the Dallas Cowboys now. And the Cowboys don't do anything different here. They just use their 4-down linemen and bring their outside linebackers, drop them down. So it ends up to be like a 6-1. 49ers line up again. They've got Solomon back as a moving off a wing in motion. The handoff is fake. Montana throwing to Solomon. He got it. Touchdown, San Francisco. Montana hit Solomon in the corner of the end zone on the right side. If they're moving out of the pocket, Everson Walls tried to cover in. The left cornerback couldn't. Solomon got it. Perfectly thrown pass by Montana. And San Francisco's ahead by 6 points in the first 3 minutes and 45 seconds of the game. Paul Hofer, who was injured against the Cowboys in Dallas in 1980, got a taste of revenge when he joined in the fun just 4 minutes later. Double tight end set for San Francisco. Peets and Young are in there. The handoff is given, and coming wide is Hofer. He's going into the end zone for the touchdown. San Francisco's Paul Hofer has scored. All right, that play was designed to go off tackle up the middle, even inside, and Hope just bounced it out. No one there. Good read by him. Paul Hofer added to the San Francisco attack this afternoon, and it pays off with 6 points as Hofer goes around the right side, scores his first TD of the year, and San Francisco has a 13-0 lead. Hofer's only score of the season was one of 3 first-quarter TDs for the Niners, who led 24-7 at the half. And there was no let-up in the third quarter. With 6 minutes gone, Joe Montana and Dwight Clark teamed up for the season's longest pass play. Here's Montana ready from the 22. As the ball, play action fake to Patton. Throws his pass, caught by Clark. He's alone down the near sideline, the 40, the 50, cuts out to the field at the 40. He's on his way to the 30, outrunning the defense. He's down the 20. He'll go all the way. He's to the 10, the 5. Touchdown for San Francisco's Dwight Clark. All right. But even after destroying America's team, the skeptics had their doubts about the 4-2 49ers. Surely, they said, the cold weather and the tough-hitting Green Bay Packers would prove the 49er backers wrong. But the San Francisco club had no post-Dallas victory letdown, as Johnny Davis's 1-yard third-quarter burst and Ray Wersching's second and fourth-quarter field goals gave the Niners a 13-3 win, their first victory in Milwaukee since 1958, and a 1-game lead in the NFC Western Division. A week later, they put that lead on the line at Candlestick Park against the Rams, a team they hadn't beaten in San Francisco since 1966. Nobody said it would be easy, but on the Niners' third possession, we have no score in the ball game. We have 5 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the first quarter here at Candlestick Park, as the 49ers are threatening at the Rams' 14-yard line. They bring in a double tight end set this time. Dwight Clark has left the ball game. 5 DBs in there for the Rams. Lucius Smith is the 5th man. And here once again, Joe Montana's ready. Here he goes back to pass. Looking down toward the end zone. Open to Solomon. He's got it for a touchdown for San Francisco. Offense scores points, they say, but defense wins ball games. And Dwight Hicks and his hot licks prove the point moments later as the Rams gambled near midfield. Fourth down, about a yard to go, and the 49er fans yelling for the defense here. If the 49ers could hold here, they'd get the ball to their own 43-yard line. The Rams are trying to go for a first down here on a 4th down and 2 feet situation. They line up now with Bryan and Tyler. Triple tight ends, the pitch back to Bryan. Trying to cut in. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage. The 49ers take over. Strange play selection there, Don. With 2 feet to go, they tried to run wide. White Hicks read it. Got up from his safety position, saw the end blocking down, got up, made the tackle in the backfield for a loss. And the 49ers were quick to take advantage of the favorable field position. 3 plays later, here's Solomon goes out to the left side again. Clark is just a short split on the right. A wide split for the running backs in a pro set. Here goes Montana back on 1st and 10 from the 41, throwing on first down. Being rushed from behind, throws his pass. It's caught by Clark on the 20. He's down to a 10. He's going for a touchdown, and Clark has scored. Dwight Clark took a pass down around the 25-yard line. He got away from the defender and down the near sideline, goes in to score on the play. Leroy Irvin tried to get him and couldn't. He missed him.
Montana again, though, moving out of trouble out there. Moved out of the pocket towards the right. Had Clark cutting diagonally across about 15 yards deep. Hit him right on the money on the run. And then Irvin missed the tackle. Clark made it down the sideline.
But the Rams took over in the second quarter, scoring 10 points. And as the clock wound down to 3 seconds, the Niners called on Ray Wershing. Up the line of scrimmage, they come now, and Randy Cross is over the ball. Joe Montana holding at the 32. San Francisco ahead by 4. They'd like to make it 7, and Wershing is all set. Waiting for the snapback. It's placed down. It's kicked. On its way. Has enough distance, and it is good. It's good, and Wershing has the field goal. A 42-yard kick for Ray Wershing, and San Francisco back on top by 7 points as the clock runs out, ending the first half here at Candlestick Park.
Glad you heard those classic highlights from the great legend, the late Don Klein, who did 49ers play-by-play from 1981 through 1986. They had the broadcast contractual rights on KCBS radios, then known as News Radio 74 on the AM dial. Now it's KCBS News Radio 740. So that was a great memory. The Niners end up ultimately winning that game against the Los Angeles Rams 20-17. And then more importantly, it snapped that long losing streak. They end up beating the Rams, and they end up beating the Rams in that playoff game, or beating the Rams back in week number. They end up that game. Improved their record to 6-2 through 8 weeks, and then of course a month later, 4 weeks later, the Niners would beat the Rams again. This time down in Anaheim, they would come from behind to win that game 33-31 when Ray Wershing hit a game-winning walk-off 33-yard field goal as time expired. They end up winning that game. They end up sweeping the season series over the Rams for the first time since 1965. First time they beat him, and that was huge. Another great memorable moment. The Niners were going to win that first Super Bowl. As we continue on Niners Radio 49, we're now going to go to another segment. We're going to give you a list of some of the all-time highlight audio clips from the past. We don't want to do the video part because of the contractual, so we want to, because of the broadcast rights, we just best of the 49 Rams had so many classic games. You're going to hear some voice montage from montage. So, we're going to share you that clip right now and hope you enjoy this next segment.
Park for the NFC Championship match. Here's Montana back again. Open is Brent Jones. Touchdown, San Francisco. Back at the 18. Montana into the end zone. He does! It's a touchdown to John Taylor!
Hey, if they put a statue outside the candlestick of Joe Montana, I think everyone would just walk by and bow their head right now.
NFC Championship looks like it's going to belong again to the San Francisco 49ers.
They ran into a team with red jerseys that could be one of the all-time great teams.
First and 10 from the 14. Into the end zone, touchdown, Isaac Bruce from the 5 for the Rams. Warner looking for the end zone again. He's got a wide open King. Touchdown, Rams. Warner going back for more. He got Isaac Bruce wide open. Bruce, he'll go in again. His third touchdown of the day. Warner only 3 incompletions all day. zone. 49ers playing just about perfectly so far. Rice! Touchdown! Holy cow! Last 5 years in the tattoo parlor. Bulger wide open. What a catch! Oh, what a catch for a touchdown! Torrey Holt with a sensational grab. I think it's been outstanding. Young pulls it down, comes back out. Gonna take off. And he could do that. Steve Young. Touchdown, 49ers. Roger Craig still on his feet, still running. What a run by Roger Craig. You'll never see a better one than that. Watch the way he gets that hind knee action. Keeps those feet going like two pistons. This guy has a nose for the goal line. 3rd and 4. Hoyer, touchdown. So this year, keeps it that way. Sammy Watkins puts his head down. Touchdown Watkins. 3rd and goal. Hoyer, end zone touchdown, Trent Taylor.
Just going to take a shot and cram it in there.
With Hyde. Got in. Touchdown, San Francisco. And a 2-pointer to tie. He fires. It's tipped up. It's intercepted by Brockers. And the Rams lead is preserved. Garoppolo fires. It is caught for the first down. They come with it. Garoppolo firing deep. He's got a man wide open. Sanders has it inside the 25. Gold wins it again. Another walk-off for the 49ers.
You are joining the action at its ultimate. Worthy trying for a field goal, and the Rams lead by 1. It was a low kick that was blocked by a lineman. The Rams may have pulled off the big upset.
This will be it. This will be the game-ending play. They're kicking from the 26-yard line. They're kicking for the ball game now. Ball placed down, kicked on its way. It is good. Ray Wersching has kicked the field goal, and the 49ers have won it. They beat the Rams.
Another puts it down. It's blocked. It is blocked. And it's picked up at the 20. And being run back down the round. It's Sid Justin. Justin is on his way. He lit up for a moment. Turns it on again, and Justin goes in. Wendell Tyler, and it's complete across the 40. Wendell Tyler's on his way. He's gone. Wendell Tyler for the touchdown for the Los Angeles Rams.
Right. Montana to throw. He's got a man all alone. It's Taylor. He's in a foot race. He's down the sidelines to midfield. Makes a cut. Goes to the 40. He's got a blocker in front of him to the 30. He's to the 20. Cuts it again. Still has a defender. Goes into the end zone. 92-yard touchdown pass. Split back. 7 men on the line of scrimmage defensively. Montana pumps once. He's got a receiver. Mike Wilson. Touchdown 49ers. Joe, a slant into Taylor. Taylor breaks the tackle, cuts across the middle, breaks another to the 30. He's to midfield. He's to the 40. He's got a blocker in front of him. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. It's a touchdown. John Taylor.
Montana with a career-high 450 through the air, and it's also a new 49er record as well. Craig. And for the first time in the game, the 49ers have the lead. So the road to the Super Bowl will have to go through San Francisco.
Down to the 10. 5. Touchdown. Eric Dickerson.
Throws a little short one off to Dickerson. He cuts out to his left, finds some running room at the 25 to 20, on his way to 15 to 10, to 5. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. He's going back to throw a forward pass. Swings one out the left. It's caught open man is Dickerson. He goes into the touchdown.
Warner's no gain on that play. 2nd and 15. Long ball again. Rice with a one-handed stab. Add to the highlight film. Completed 70% this year. Bouncing around is John Taylor. Shakes free. Taylor has to beat Stewart. It's a race to the end zone. And Taylor tight ropes. They give it to him. 3 tight ends. And here is Marshall Faulk ducking forward. And he's in for the touchdown. And Marshall Faulk dives in for his 3rd touchdown of the game. 49ers wanted to call a timeout, and there's the pass. It's caught for the touchdown of Faulk.
with but 40 seconds remaining. Victory or defeat rode from 54 yards out on the leg of rookie Steve Mickemeyer. Offense, defense, and special teams all must collectively provide the talents that piece together victory's puzzle.
Marco far at the right tackle spot for him. Young, the race, touchdown! As he is on his way to the locker room, there goes Alex Smith. Colin Kaepernick is now in the game. Kaepernick still has the football. Touchdown, 49ers.
For Tyler and Gooden. Tyler on the right side. 2nd and 2, back to throw. Ferragamo looking. Going deep and down the middle. He's there. Touchdown!
To Tim Rattay. He's straight back to pass. Pump fakes. Unloads the screen. Darrison Hurst far side. Trying to get out of bounds. Outside. Rather ball taken away. Dre Bly will score. Touchdown Rams. Dre Bly, what a hit. Up play. And he breaks it. And he's going to score. Wow.
Tosses the ball out to Cleveland Gary, and if that's not a forward pass, that's a touchdown.
Yeah, I think that's a planned play. I think that was an option.
Los Angeles has traditionally played well against San Francisco, but no one could have predicted the ease with which the Rams would dispatch the defending champions. The Rams forced 6 turnovers and held the 49ers to a paltry 10 points. The Rams simply ran away with the game.
Montana, Rice is there. Great concentration by Montana. That's what he wanted. Delivered in and out of the hands of Dwight Hicks. Touchdown Rams.
Goes barreling down the sideline, pops into the end zone.
What's at stake here today for San Francisco? They win, they're in the playoffs. The hand here, first down, Samuel. Debo in for the touchdown.
The pivot handoff to Debo, looks to throw. He will throw. Wide open.
This Ram football team you have to admire.
Hold on to your seats for this play, folks. For it'll be a long time before you see another like it. Goes barreling down the sideline. Pops into the end zone.
This Ram football team here today for San Francisco. They win, they're in the playoffs.
Hold on to your seats for this play, folks.
They hand here, first down, Samuel. Debo in for the touchdown.
The pivot handoff to Debo, looks to throw. He will throw. Wide open, touchdown! Garoppolo back, Garoppolo time, throws, caught by Jawan Jennings.
Watch Stafford go deep and picked off. Intercepted by Embry Thomas. And the rookie has just ended this game.
Holy cow, and the Niners are going to the playoffs. Let's go Niners! This is the moment we've all been waiting for. The NFC Championship game. Let's get ready to rumble!
Stafford end zone cup. He's got it. Touchdown Rams. 2nd and 12. Samuel, wide receiver screen. Good play. Big play. And in for the touchdown. Stafford throws, pass caught, Cup, still rumbling. Cup down to the 12. He's got it. Rams are on top. Garoppolo under pressure. Donald got there in the air, intercepted by the Rams, and they may ride to the Super Bowl on that.
Wow, what a great set of collage of classic games. You know, the Niners and Rams going back, and those were audio clips. We didn't want to show the full video because of the rights to the NFL, so we wanted to do it into just audio version, just the courtesy of NFL Films, ABC, CBS, Fox, and NFL Network, and in ESPN as well. So those are some great, memorable games. So now coming up, just we continue on 49ers Live tonight with just the roster moves for Sunday. There were some moves. Mikael Williams is going to go on season-ending IR. He will be replaced. That means Ben Bartrak will be activated to the 53-man roster. Clean Farrell and defensive tackle Sebastian Valdez also be elevated from the practice squad. And then Mac Jones looked like he's going to start on tomorrow against the Rams as well. And Ricky Pearsall has been ruled out, as will miss his 6th straight game. So we're going to have our final segment coming up. We'll take this quick time out, and then we'll have our final segment, Elijah One, the Shoeshine Man segment. Then we'll wrap it up from here. Or Professor B, for you're watching 49ers Live on Niners Radio 49. Now here's Elijah One, the Shoeshine Man, which begins. Elijah One, the Shoeshine Man, which it begins right now. Niners Radio 49 segment, Word on the Street. The Shoeshine Man, Elijah One, here in downtown San Francisco in this fall, crisp November. Professor Niners Radio 49 segment, Word on the Street with the Shoe Shine Man, Elijah One, here in downtown San Francisco in this fall, crisp November, as the Niners bouncing back to beat the New York Giants, and now it's a showdown for first place in the NFC West for on Sunday. Professor P. Niners Radio 49 segment, Word on the Street with the Shoe Shine Man, Elijah One, here in downtown San Francisco in this fall, crisp November, as the Niners Radio 49 segment, Word on the Street with the Shoe Shine Man, Elijah One, here in downtown San Francisco in this fall, crisp November, as the Niners bouncing back to beat the New York Giants, and now it's a showdown for first.
I'm just so excited. I was so excited. I'm so happy. My daughter called me up and she said, Dad, you know what? Remember you keep telling me about your head shiner. It took me about 50,000 shoe shiners. Keep it through college. She said, you want to go to the game against the team that's the 49ers playing this Sunday? I was speechless. And this Sunday I'm going to the game to cheer them on. We beat them before. We're going to do it again.
All right. Big win. Showdown for first place. In the conference for one that's but for a higher seed, get home field or something though down the road. We can kick the boot for down the road, something for another date and another time.
I know one thing: this game, we need to play our best in every position, everywhere. We're gonna be at home. We have to win this game. We must. This game decides our direction or where we gonna be going. Are we gonna be a wild card team, or are we gonna kick us out? This game is the biggest game of the year. Bring it, Niners.
All right, that's the Shoe Shine Man, Elijah One here. Professor B here in downtown San Francisco Financial District. Word Niners Radio 29, Word on the Street. All right, that was the Shoe Shine Man. We taped that yesterday. And that's going to wrap it up for tonight on 49ers Live Tonight, special edition. We thank you all for watching. I've been busy all day today. Had to do a public address announcing for my alma mater, George Washington High School here in the city. So I had very fun of that, and I'm just exhausted right now. So, we are going to wrap it up for now. Thank all of you for watching. And we thank all of you for watching on Niners Radio 49, and just a reminder, the 49ers and the Rams. Showdown for first place tomorrow. 4:25 or 1:25 is the kickoff. This is a national game, Fox Sports, so if you look at the 506 map, it will be shown just about all across the country as Kevn Burkhardt and Tom Brady with the play-by-play in action. And for all the latest news on 49ers, go to 49ers.com. Reminder, tomorrow, and also we'll have our next, our 49ers tailgate show will air sometime next week. We'll have that. We'll be right back at the Mecca, Levi Stadium. It should be a good one tomorrow, and hope we see you there. That's it for now. Professor B signing off, and good night from the Satellite Digital Media Studios in San Francisco. The Niners and Rams tomorrow. And we'll have our post-game show tomorrow immediately following the game. We're looking at around 4:30 p.m. tomorrow after when the game is concluded. We'll have our post-game show live at the Hilton Regency Hotel just right across the street from the Mecca at Levi Stadium. Then we'll have our post-game show right over at the hotel. We hope you join us then. That's it for now. Professor B signing off, and good night. 49ers Live with Professor B is the exclusive presentation of Satellite Digital Media in association with the Satellite Digital Media News Network, Niners Radio 49. Wish all of you a very pleasant good night, everybody. I will talk to you tomorrow down doing postgame. Take care.